Oh, good morning again, everybody. Haven't seen you for a while. Just been busy touching up my chimney pops. I'll show you a little bit of this later. There's some nice little touches here. What I've been up to lately is looking at these Al's new tunnels. Look at these bad boys here. Here's the first one. Couldn't be simpler, could it? All we're going to do here is chop this out, fix, I'm presuming this makes a tunnel in there. Of course it does. Let me show you. I've chopped it up and stuck it together. I'll quickly show you. This is it in its most simplest form. Where are we? I've got one over here. See? And there, your tracks go through the tunnel into the mountain that you'll have built. All lovely with all its what's it calls on. There you go. See in there? Down there a bit. I'm having trouble sort of getting me focus right here, ladies and gentlemen, this morning. But that's nice, isn't it? Very simple. Put that one down. Same thing here. Look at that. Couple of pieces. Dead simple. Even I can do this, and that's saying something. There we go. And there we go. And that's what you get out of this little kit. Or is it? I think not. Now, let's have a look. I'm going to do that magic thing where I make it hove into view. I know you like that. Stand back. I go out of view like this. And here we go. Get ready. That's me doing train noises. You have to make the noises when you do this stuff, I think. Ready? There we go. Can you see that? Can you? See that? And look at that wall that you do. Oh, baby. It's a bit like the old embankment wall. But this shows you what you can do if you print it out 3-4 times. Look at that. I've put all the relief on there. Can you see that? All of a sudden, you've got a so much better thing. Look at this. Here we go. Good enough. Now, not only that, look. I get very excited when I make these little things out of this simple 2 bits, look at that, 2 bits. But I'm going to do that same old trick again round the back. Not allowed to look, no peeking. I know what you lot are like. Here we go. It's like a Millennium Falcon hoving into view or something, look. So you get these little wings jutting out, that's going to sort of hold up the mountain as you drive your trains through. Your 2 tracks will go through there. Very nice. Now, if you want to see how to do this, you'd do a lot worse than going onto the embankment video on YouTube. Check that out. And this pretty much shows you how to do all this. And you're just getting it, all that, from that. Okay? Brilliant. Okay, so that was fantastic, wasn't it? Haha, but if you think that's all you can do, no. As I've said time and time again on my vids, do watch them, it's pretty much limitless. For instance, what about this? Oh, I've lost it. Now, I've made a tiny little tunnel bridge there, look at that, see? And that is just from, I know it sounds a bit complicated, it seems a bit odd how you can get this from this, but again, go to my embankment video, it's a really good one. It shows you how to make, how to sort of manufacture all sorts of things out of simple. For instance, here's another one. Look, you can see closely. Here, I've made a little hut, and all the walls, you see, all the walls are from this. You're beginning to see now, aren't you? You're beginning to get the message. You get these. It is like wizardry. I like wizardry, and it's like wizardry, don't you think? Here's just one more. If you've got this tunnel, let me have a look. Here's the original again. Biff Baff, very nice. If you've got this, what about? And you don't need a tunnel. You've got your tunnel. You've already made your tunnel. You've done all this lot, but somewhere elsewhere in your layout, you need maybe a bridge. I don't know, just came off the top of my head, not really, I thought about that. With a road underneath it and a lane across the top maybe. Maybe you've got the roads and lanes that I showed you a couple of whiles now. Incorporate them into this, look. Can you see that? And then you get your going under there, going over the top. There you are, yep. See that? See in there? Fantastic, isn't it? Right? So it just goes to show you can do anything you want with this stuff. Okay, I'll show you a couple of little tips, I think. Right, here's another one that's come along into my lap. It's just fallen into my lap. This is another grain elevator. There's been 2 or 3 of these, I think. They've been very popular. This is a different one. It's slightly different shape, and it's sort of made, you would imagine, out of beautiful art, isn't it? Made out of sort of corrugated metal panels, rather than the wooden ones that we've had before. There we are. You see, that's where all the business end goes in. I presume that's where they'll sort of bring the crane out and cart it all up, the stuff up here. I don't know quite how this works. You people will know better than I will. Now, we look at this. I believe this is a separate thing. This is a little, see here, I think that's a little hut that sits on its own. I've made that. Here it is. You can see quite clearly that this is spawned, it's a good word, isn't it? Spawned from these 2 here. 2 pieces. This is the beauty of this stuff. It's so simple. Look at that. And then we're looking at the corn elevator itself. Grain elevator. Front, side, back, side. And there are various roofs that will fit on to these pieces here. I've built it, so I'll show you. You can see, so you've got your stuff there. And it comes out like this, you see. Isn't it great? You just want to go, ooh. Sorry, it's a bit close. There you go. You see that? I'll just swivel it. Swivelums. It's just the way to say some things from time to time. And now look, I've got all the bits and bobs. Now look at the relief on here, you see. You see that? And if you can just pick out the windows, can you see that? Where I've taken the windows back. Have a look at the other vids. I've showed you loads of times how to do the windows. But I've also brought the rimage, if that's the word, the frameage out. So that protrudes and the window intrudes. I'm just making words up, but that's excellent. And look, but what I've also done, I want to show you this. I might have shown you this, but look at these little bits here. Oh, and look at this. Look what I've done here. If you can see the edge of the roof, see how I've broken it up? Can you see that? Just broken it up, so it's not a straight flat roof, giving it a bit of character. Lovely that, isn't it? It just makes so much difference, so much difference. And then going back to the bridges that I showed you, the tunnels, how you can make stuff out of it. This is what you get. But if you use your imagination, I've built a little extension, look. Using my imagination. Use your imagination. I do not know what this is, but doesn't it look good? Doesn't it look swish the way it sits on the top? It gives it another level of depth. It will give you a whole layout, another level of depth. When you do this stuff, make it as nicely as you can. Look, I've layered the roof there. That's lovely, isn't it? Remember, your layout's only as good as your worst chimney pop. Hey, got to remember that sort of thing. Hey, so that's beautiful. That might sit. Let's see. What about just sitting there like that? So you've got that now. Who knows, you might want to build another one similar to this, have it coming out the back here, a bit higher perhaps. The world is your lobster. Lobster. So that's that. Excellent. Thank you very much for your time. I'm just going to finish with one last thing. It's another mix and match jobby. The things that I've just showed you, the 2 tunnel entrances and the corn elevator, the grain elevator. If you take bits and bobs off each, you might even make a little thing like that. You see the wall? I think I've showed you the wall already. Has come off this grey tunnel entrance here. Granite, probably, I'd say that was made of, wouldn't you? I always like to look at the stone and wonder what it's made of. Granite. I wonder, limestone? I don't know. What do you think? Oolitic limestone, I might say. Oolitic limestone, I'd say, found in the West Country of England. Actually, no, I think it's more sort of home county. Anyway, never mind about that. Going off on one of my tangents. That's French for tangent. It's not. It's just me going a bit bonkers. Anyway, so all these bits and bobs here, I've inserted the windows in, and they're from the grain elevator. Look, you can see. See the windows? See the windows there? See the roofs? all that, and that's what I've done. But what I really like here is, if you look closely, look at all the sort of pit holes and divots and stuff in the brickwork. That gives it just yet another level of authenticity. Makes it realer. You make your huts realer, you make your whole layout realer. You make your whole layout realer, you make your life realer. That's philosophy, that. Right. It's not really. So I'm just going to show you. It's really simple. Just get a bit of your brickwork, cut it out, stick it onto a bit of card. Needs to be a bit thick, like that. If you do it just on a cereal box, you won't get the depth. But so all this is a little bit of cut off from a mount board or something. Get it from, anyway, just find a bit of card that's a bit fatter. I'm going to put this down here, get my dagger, cheap old thing, nothing fancy, and I'm just going to dig out, look at this, let's take this brick here, can you see that? Can you see that? Excellent. So I'm just chopping this bit out here, and then dig it out like that, you see? So you get a nice little hole. Ooh, look at that, you see? You've got a little hole in there. Good. Right, let's do another one. Let's get down over here into this, where it goes a bit darker, the brickwork. Get another one. Now, these are where, you know, the weather's eroded into your brickwork. So I don't know, maybe a couple of blimmin' vandals have come along and done something, I don't know. Let's just dig a little bit out here, just a little hole here, so it's just a little bit of texture, see, like that. Now obviously you can't leave it like that, great gaping white holes in your wall, but that does give it another thing. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I've got good paints here, I'll say that because I'm a painter. So these are good quality, but you don't really need to. You can just get your cheap old paints from a pound shop for this sort of stuff and mix up a colour that roughly resembles what you've got going on there, only roughly. There we are, look. So I've just used a brown and a sort of yellowy colour. That brush is a bit big, see if you can get the correct tool for the right job. There you go, that's a bit better, isn't it? Littler. I'm going to get into my water here, get a little bit of this on. It's just watercolour, but you can use poster paint, you can use anything you want really, whatever works for you, just anything to get rid of that white there. Let's make it a little darker in there, and then you see all the ruffled edges. Ooh, it's great. Now you can do this sort of thing all over your layout. I strongly suggest you do, because as I say, I know it's your passion, and why not give your passion everything? Let's give every brick everything. And then just that little bit in there. And how long did that take me? A few seconds? And look, I know it's a little thing, but you're only as strong as your weakest little thing. Matron. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that, folks. I'll see you next time.